Lukan Online here from On Top Radio, and I'm here with my special guest of the day. I always start every single interview by asking the same 3 questions.
Oh, no.
Nothing bad, don't worry, it's all right. What's your name? What do you do? And why do you do it?
My name's Big Heath. I'm an entertainer, and I do it for the love, and I like to make people happy.
Cool, okay. I want to start off the interview by saying I love the, well, actually, no, I don't love the pink trousers, but I was going to try and lie about, wow, that's a statement and a half.
Yeah, man.
Question, why?
I love pink, bro. It's bright, yeah, man. It's like, I love doing what people think you shouldn't. So it's like, everyone's like, oh, you're a man, you shouldn't wear pink. I'm wearing pink.
They say real men wear pink,
exactly
right?
That. Exactly that.
So you're rocking the pink with, with the orange.
Exactly, bro.
And the army fatigue top.
Yeah, exactly.
Gee, so you're trying to camouflage in the bright colours.
Exactly.
Right, okay. A contradiction.
Exactly, bro.
There you go. No, I like it. It's good style. Talk to me about who's Big Heath. Like, where's he from originally?
Yeah.
The rise of Big Heath.
Yeah. I'm from Cambridge, born and bred in Cambridge, which obviously for a rapper is not very heard of.
What's the scene like in Cambridge?
It's kind of dead.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I mean.
When you say kind of dead, do you mean like fully
dead?
Yeah.
It's dead. I just didn't really want to par it that much. There's not a lot going on, bro. But like it's certainly something that. But in a way, I love that because I want to change that.
Yeah.
Like it's like there's no one that's like the face of it.
Yeah.
So there's a gap there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm very proud to be from there because I feel like I'm so different. Because I'm from Cambridge, so it's like I don't talk about the whole gun and road life because I'm not that.
It's boring anyway.
Yeah, mate, exactly. I've heard now it's so saturated. Everyone says the same stuff.
Yeah. People who've never even seen it.
Exactly, mate. Yeah. So yeah, in a way, when I first started, I kind of felt like it was a hindrance because I felt like I had to fit in.
Yeah.
But then when I realised, people love me because I'm different.
Yeah.
It was great.
At what point did you realise this?
Like about probably about 18 months ago, 2 years ago, when I really clocked like this. I think like in life, we've become so far in music, especially rap, where as you said, everything's so saturated with the whole gun stuff. Yeah. So it's like I realised that it's just better to be yourself. And I also, bro, I find my favourite artists, when I actually thought about it, were people that were themselves. Like, whether they're talking about they're just being real. And I think like also the most, like the artists that go the longest are that as well. Yeah.
So you say it happened about 18 months ago.
Yeah.
You felt that, but what was the moment? Were you on stage? Was it track you released?
I think I moved to Liverpool. Okay. I lived in Liverpool for a bit, and I realised that like I feel like when you live down south a bit and in London, you get very trapped. Yeah. And you don't think outside of this place. Yeah. Okay. And I think it wasn't until I went up north I realised that like England's a big place. Yeah. I mean, we're like a small island
in comparison to some places.
Exactly. So like I went up north and I was like, and they don't like the gun and the road stuff.
Who doesn't? Liverpool?
Up north, mate. Really? Manchester, they're all about being real.
Okay.
And I realised like, and also I feel like you're more content and happier in yourself when you're just doing what
100%.
You are.
Yeah. So to begin with, had you tried rapping about the knives and the guns and whatever?
Nah, but I always felt like when I wasn't, it wasn't as good.
Right.
If you get me. And also I feel like people weren't reacting it in a way that they do with all the other stuff. But then I thought, but I don't want them as people to react to my stuff because they're not who I am. Like I don't appeal to them, but good because I want to appeal to people that are like me and don't do that stuff. So yeah, man.
Okay, cool. So were you rapping in school?
Yeah. Well,
so what was that like? Because the picture that you're painting is that there's not much rap going on.
No, it's like Cambridge is a very we're like a very standard city. Right. So whatever's hot, we listen to. Okay. But you don't ever think outside the box. Like, it's not something that listen to like new stuff. It's just whatever's hot and in the top 40.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah.
Is there.
Yeah.
But mate, now like when I was younger, it was like Kanye was my first love.
Right.
Like I was just like couldn't get enough of the guy.
Yeah.
And I used to, mate, in school, I had my big headphones on and used to just bop about, listen to him for years on years.
And other people in your school, did they think you're a weirdo for it, or did they get?
They were always like, "Who is that fat guy in the headphones that just doesn't shut up rapping?" Yeah. Which I kind of like.
What were you like in class? Like,
good kid.
Were you?
Yeah, I'm
academic.
Yeah.
A's and B's.
Yeah, and then year 10, I kind of started slipping a bit. I won't go off on a mad tangent, but nah, but like B's.
Yeah, B's is good.
B's and C's. Yeah, but like.
B's good for me.
Yeah, bro. No, like I I've always loved school. It's weird actually. Though I had a bit of tough time and that, but I've always enjoyed learning.
What did you find tough about school?
Mate, people don't like kids that aren't the same as them and they're different.
Was it bullying and stuff?
Yeah, man. Like, do you know what I mean? I was overweight. I had a really bad stutter as a kid, and yeah, man. I mean, but then again, it's such a people always ask this in a weird way, bro. It's made me like a stronger person,
100%.
and like also now there's not a lot of hate that like can get to me because I've had it as a kid. And as a kid, it's worse because like you're not as big boned and.
Can I just say that it's a funny story? Well, it's not even a funny story, but like I remember my child before he started secondary school, and there was a kid that was bullying him.
Yeah.
And I sit there, I used to laugh.
Yeah.
And these people say, "What an evil dad!" And I said, "You know, it's better he cries now and gets used to getting beaten.
100%, bro.
100%. If it happens in school and it happens in the playground and he
yeah,
breaks down,
yeah,
it's a wrap for him."
Trust me, yeah, mate.
So no, I get it. I understand what you're saying.
Exactly that. Trust. And it's weird now because when I go home to my home city and I sometimes see the people that were the worst to me, like mean, evil kids that did stuff. Yeah. They're like, "Yo, Heath," and I'm just like, obviously I'm blessed. I'm like, "Yo," but I'm like, "You were the worst." You know what's
the
like,
bad thing about this?
Yeah.
I was that other kid.
Trust. But in a way, like I'm a nice guy that I always feel like people pick on each other because they're insecure about something. So it's all love, man. It's all love.
So yeah, so when you see that, so are you like in London now? Or are you?
Yeah. So living in East.
Okay,
in Leighton, E10 represent.
How often do you go back to Cambridge?
A lot.
So you still see the kids in the school?
Yeah. No, so it's probably like once a month.
Okay, but you still see them when you're out and about.
Yeah, mate. Listen.
How do you feel though? Honestly, how do you feel? Like when you see them, do you feel, look at me now, or do?
Yeah. I mean, I'd be lying if I said not a little bit, but like it's all like I just like people, man. I love being positive. So if I see something like, "Yo, what's happening?" I love to and like. But yeah, obviously I'm like
a little bit of resentment.
Yeah,
there?
of course. That's
good, and so you should.
Yeah, of course.
I would.
Yeah, of course.
I would. I'd be middle fingering everybody. Okay, so let's talk more about your career. Okay, so I was first introduced to you, your track featuring Gecko.
Yeah.
So I don't know how late I was.
Okay.
How late am I?
I mean, it was my decision. I took everything offline. So I mean, I've been doing this quite a long while, probably like since I've been like properly taking it seriously since I was 17, so like 4.5 years ago. Okay. I took everything down offline. I just wanted to like clean the slate and start again. But no, so really you were at the start of the new thing.
The new you.
Exactly. Because that was the first track. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So considering that's effectively the new you, it's a big feature to have.
Yeah, man.
How'd you get that feature?
He's been a fan of mine, and I think what people forget about Gecko is now he's on the new Afrobeat thing. The kid come from bars. Like the guy that like when I first heard about Gecko, man, it was years ago. It was when K Coke was starting to like bring him through and rap, and I've always been shouting him out. Yeah. And then it just kind of I think we bumped into him at a show, and I knew his team a bit, and then it just came back through that really. And I was a bit conscious of how he was going to sound. Like, I didn't want him to be like too melodic what he's doing now, bro. I can't. He come with bars, which I don't think anyone's heard Gecko do in years.
Yeah, I like the flow as well.
Sick, bro. It's sick, bro. Sick.
Yeah.
So sick.
Track.
Yeah, man.
Great track. And so you followed that up with Plan?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me about Plan. So I read in the bio, that you had a bad studio session or something like that?
Yeah. I won't say who with. It wasn't bad as in vibe. We just...
You don't have to say who
like
with, but if you were to say who with, you'd say...
Nah. But we just didn't really vibe very well. It was cool. We left cool. I went back to the hotel and I just sat there. I'm very I take a lot of stuff personally. So if it doesn't go well, I'm like, was it me? Yeah. So I'm on my laptop, just going through beats. I've got loads of beats. Yeah. I was like, wow, I've not heard this in ages, and it just come out. It was something about it, mate. It just all come out. And I wrote that in a hotel in like 15 minutes.
So it's literally like an old beat or a beat that you just had on
so
your laptop all the time?
Bro, it was a beat that I got sent in like a beat pack from someone that I hadn't probably gone through. And
you just left it playing.
Exactly.
So is that what you do at home? Like sometimes you just might be doing the washing up or whatever, you just leave beats
bro,
playing.
I find sometimes, I always say this, I write my best bars when I'm not trying so hard. You try so hard, it's like it's too forced.
When
it's
it
like
flows.
Exactly. And bro, what I do is I'll put my voice recorder on my phone. I just record. Bro, and sometimes it'll be like an hour long. And some of it 50 minutes will be rubbish. There'll be that little dynamite bit that you've got in there, and if you don't record it, you've missed it.
Do you record songs and like if you don't like them, just keep them and then take a little line from that one, a little line from that one, and put them together?
Yeah, man. Like, I feel like the thing is that I'm finding right now is I first started rapping over old boom bap beats.
Right.
My love comes from old school hip hop.
Wow. Okay.
Which obviously these days doesn't really sell that well.
Of course.
But you can still use the punchlines in the new tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's so weird you say this. Bars I'm writing now, I was going through my old paper just trying to find them bars that are just like then one punchlines, which it's more old school. Do you mean all the old rappers had them punchlines? Yeah.
What do you think about the new music now? Because and I had this conversation today with someone that I work with, talking about, and I remember I had this conversation with Fecky ages ago where I spoke about like he's not very lyrical in some of the tracks that he makes. Funny enough, after that he started making more lyrical tracks. But he said he's not after the lyrics, he's after the vibe. He's all about like the vibe and the impact.
Yeah.
And I think that's majority of today's artists. They're not really, because back in the day, like you listen to a Nas or a Jay-Z, there's metaphors and for days. No one's really trying to hit the metaphors no more.
Agree, bro. I think I'm trying to get that right line. Like I think, as I said then, I think if you come out with, and I genuinely mean this, I reckon if someone like Biggie was around right now, I don't think he'd pop. I don't think he'd be big because it's people aren't looking for that anymore.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But I think what I'm trying to do is get that right mix of the bars. But then, of course, mate, as I say, you can't be too that way. Yeah. But then, in my opinion, I don't like stuff that's too that way.
Balance.
But listen to something, I'm just like, you've got mad like harmony and melody, but you're not actually saying anything. But saying that, I love Young Thug, and Young Thug is the worst lyricist ever.
I've been with you the whole time up to that point right there. Why,
bro? His melody is a genius. But I thought the same as you until it clicked. There was one song I listened to, and I was like, he's a genius. But his lyrics are, I mean, they're not even lyrics. Sometimes he just makes sounds.
Okay, right, now we're back.
Yeah. But bro, like he like, but yeah, I think like for me, it's all about getting that right line. Yeah. And I think the best artists out right now, the ones at the top, are doing that. They've got that right mix. Like someone like Russ, if you heard from the States, he has these like big catchy hooks. Yeah. But the bars are there. The bars are there.
Yeah.
He's sick.
Who's your favourite person right now?
Russ.
Oh, is it Russ?
Yeah.
It's my son's favourite as well.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I know.
Bro, he's so sick, man. He's sick.
What's the first track you ever bought? I always like to know. With your own money. Not from mum and dad.
With my own money. It must have been a Kanye, mate. It must have been a Kanye. Probably Graduation.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because thing is, I mean, when you say with my own money, I was a bit of a bad kid when I was young. I put my dad's card on my iTunes account. Yeah, it was bad. I know, it was bad.
How much did you rack up?
Oh, it was so. Thing is, as well, he didn't clock until like 6 months, and obviously at the time you're like, oh, it's only 79p, bro. When you like, obviously like you times that by like 2,000 songs, that's like £1,500. I remember him, mate. I racked up low because when you're young, you're just like listen to new songs, buy.
Yeah.
And then this is when
you don't see it, you don't really.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is when also the time I was listening to like people like Flow Rider. Wow. Like this is back in the day. But probably Kanye, mate. Yeah, probably Kanye Graduation. When I was like 12, I was like, nah, longer than that actually. Yeah. I was like 10, 11. It was amazing album.
I don't even care about the track no more. I want to know what your dad did when you found out that bill.
Oh, mad. But I had a...
How many bruises?
But I had a paper round. So he was like, you give me some paper round money. Wow. So it was dead.
I'm sure the paper round money didn't make up to the 1,000.
I was getting like £30 a week.
Yeah, okay. So you've not recently released your EP?
EP, yeah.
Yeah, called?
Lonely.
Why did you name it Lonely?
Because I feel like in terms of who I can relate to in the game right now, there's pretty much no one. And I always feel sometimes when we're trying to work out our ways to get me out there, there's not a lot of boxes I fall into. Sometimes I feel like I am by myself. Yeah. And it's, in a way, as I said, I used to not like that, but now I love it. Yeah. Because I'm glad I'm not like anyone else. I'm glad I'm being me.
Nobody can let you down.
Exactly, bro.
And you do your own thing.
Exactly that, bro. 100%.
Okay, so how many tracks on the EP?
5.
Where's it available?
Spotify, Apple, everywhere, big man.
Cool. And what are you doing at the moment, like in terms of promotion? Can people find you out performing anywhere? Anything coming up soon?
We've got a lot of live stuff lined up for 2019. I can't say much on it now, but a lot of stuff lined up. But yeah, man, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Big Heath, your nan's favourite rapper. Hit
Not
me
the
up.
mum, just the nans.
Nah, your nans.
Just the nans.
Your nans.
Big Heath, thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, bro.